as always, to Motivation, Meditation, and Coffee with Kat. I, of course, am your humble host, Kat, and I want to thank you for joining me today on this Thursday Thoughts. Not gonna lie, I'm having a bit of a anxious day today. I think it's because, some of you know my husband does have some health problems that he has been managing to kick in the ass, and he is okay now. But he does have to go to London for follow-ups consistently. And with my lovely cat being insulin dependent, it causes some underlying anxiety for me. And I kind of was thinking about it this morning as I was drinking my coffee before we started the stream today, and I realized I had gone through EMDR, I can't remember what the D and the R stand for. Regardless, it is a form of clinical psychology that allows you to kind of remap your eye movements and allows you to erase what the issues are and get past it. A lot of people will use EMDR in trauma therapy. And I realized I realized this morning that I was doing EMDR therapy to invalidate my fear of something happening to Pixel. Now, that being said, I have an amazing group of friends. I have an amazing support system, and I have an amazing family that are my friends, not my family of origin. My family of origin is amazing, but my family, my close-knit friends, they are my family, and they are willing to take my husband to London today so that I can be home for Pixel. London, from where I am, is 3 hours south, and so it does cause some issues for me when I know that there's an appointment at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Trying to get there and back, especially in the winter, causes ridiculous anxiety for me. And I had an aha moment this morning that I legitimately was trying to invalidate my own anxiety previously by doing EMDR therapy to remove the anxiety, because it's just a cat. It's not just a cat, it's my cat. Pixel's been with me through so many ups, so many downs, and so many problems that I can't imagine things without Pix. So, why am I talking about this first thing in the morning? Because I wanted to show you the transparency that, yeah, you know what? I'm a transformational life coach. I still have anxiety, and I still need to reframe things that I think for myself. I still need to readdress the way I handle situations. And I also wanted to share with you that I still have anxious days. Even though, I am staying home today. I am going to be here all day. My anxiety is still high. I still had to take my anxiety medication just to bring myself down. I wanted to share that with you to let you know that it's okay to know that you're going to have a bad anxiety day, and it's okay to talk about it, and it's okay to take medication if you need it. With all of that being said, I would like to start off today by releasing denial, because today I am also going to be talking about Dunning-Kruger effect and imposter syndrome. this could become a hot topic. This could become something that might trigger some things, and maybe it'll start an argument. I don't know. And maybe my viewer count will suddenly peace out. Maybe my followers will start to tank because of what I'm about to say you might not like. Regardless, I want to start off by releasing denial, as we do, and then we will start discussing things from both sides of the screen. So, no, I don't want to turn my Bluetooth on. I want to turn my sound on my phone off. Okay, there we go. If you are new to the stream, welcome. I obviously am Kat. I am a transformational life coach, and the tips and techniques that I show you in this next hour, I want you to be able to use to your own abilities. I want you to be able to access them whenever you want, and if you need me to send you these scripts, 100%, I can do that. So, let's release some denial. Releasing denial, it means that we are bringing attention to, didn't even notice I am lying. Not lying that you ate the last cookie from the cookie jar because you have chocolate all over your face. This is didn't even notice I am lying to myself. So, we are going to be triggering the chakra spots or the acupuncture spots. So first off, we're going to take our first two fingers, we're going to find our collarbone, and we're going to find that soft spot just underneath the collarbone. And we're going to rotate, gently pressing, taking calming breaths, and mentally saying to ourselves, I know what my truth is. Good. Layer number 2, we are going to take our left hand and we're going to put it behind our ear on what's called the mastoid bone. You'll feel that little piece of bone that sticks out just underneath where your glasses would sit. And your right hand is going to go on your belly button. And this is layer number 2. I am willing to speak my truth. Make sure you're keeping your eyes open through this process. Layer number 3, switch. Left hand, belly button, right hand, behind your ear. I am willing to listen and be guided through this process. Layer number 4, we're going to put our thumb on our third eye. You're going to wrap your hand over the top of your head. And this is, I am willing to feel my truth. Keeping your eyes open. Just take calming breaths. Good. Layer number 5, switch. Right hand, belly button, left hand, forehead. I am willing to see my truth. It's okay to yawn. It's early, and this is a calming practice. So as you relax, you will find yourself yawning. Just like that. Good. Layer number 6, I am willing to accept my truth. And you're just going to put your 2 fingers of your left hand on top of your head, on top of your source chakra. Good. Layer number 7, switch. Left hand, belly button, right hand, your source. I'm willing to let this old story go and allow a new truth to flow through. Amazing. Next, I want you to cover your heart, or your chest, I should say, with your right hand, your heart chakra, your universal heart. I am willing to feel my life's purpose. Good. And next I want you to just gently cup your throat. I am willing to speak my life's purpose. Awesome. And finally, layer number 10, we're going to take our 2 fingers of our right hand. We're going to put them on our third eye. I am willing to see my life's purpose. Awesome. So, now that we have released denial, maybe this will let us have an open conversation that hopefully will not cause too much offense. Maybe will bring some awareness to situations, and as always, I just want to bring awareness to how to handle these situations. So this week we've been talking about how I personally use tabletop roleplay in my transformational life coaching, how I take players through scenarios to allow them a safe space to experience thoughts, feelings, emotions, situations, and maybe experience them for the first time, maybe experience them from a different point of view, and maybe experience them with a new skill set. And then from that situation, we then meet one-on-one later, and we unpack. Why did you feel this way during this situation? Why did you not agree with the way that this person handled this situation? One scenario that I take my players through is listening to hear and not listen to respond. Listening to hear and listening to respond are 2 very different things. When you listen to respond, you are not listening. You are trying to figure out how to self-insert into the conversation. This is what I would do. If I were you, I would. You're giving advice that's not asked for. You are making them feel invalid without even noticing. It's not that this is a bad thing. It's that sometimes you need to learn when to respond and when to listen. Listening to respond can be a good thing, but you need to learn when to respond. Listening to hear is listening to what they say, but also paying attention to this, to the emotional acuity. What is their facial expressions? What is their eye movement? What is their eye contact like? What is the tonality of their voice? Because if you are listening to hear, and you will be able to see when they're looking for a response, or if they're just talking to get it it out, because we all know that you can say something in your head a gajillion times, but until you say it out loud, it doesn't matter. You can rant and rave, you can say the thing that you wanted to say to the person that pissed you off in your head forever and a day. But until you say it out loud, it just sits there, and it stews, and it grows, and it gives you indigestion. So, 9 times out of 10, the listening to respond and listening to hear are also key factors in imposter syndrome and the Dunning-Kruger effect. I know this is very early in the morning to be talking about syndrome's effects and how it goes against our cognitive abilities, but you know what? That's what video on demand is for. So I'm going to start, obviously, with what I still live with. I 100% live with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is the feeling that you're fake, that people are going to realize that you are not as good as you say you are, even though there is physical evidence to prove otherwise. So how does imposter syndrome affect me right here, right now? You are watching me on the screen. You are listening to me. I can see that there is one viewer on my Twitch stream viewer count. I can see that my previous videos have 22 and 23 viewers per video. Or 22 views, I should say, per video. I have certificates on the wall saying that I am graduated from college with merits for medical transcription. I have a certificate in evolved neurolinguistics programming in quantum time release. I have testimonials from people that say, she might be a little crazy, but she is an amazing person, and you should reach out to her for help. That I am able to take the spaghetti that is your thoughts and put it into one cohesive sentence. That I am able to give instant rapport with someone who I've met for 30 seconds. I can make you feel like we have been best friends for 30 years. The comfort factor that I am able to provide. Allow you to be safe when speaking to me. I have all of these as written documentation of how good I am as a transformational life coach. I have viewer counts on my Twitch videos that show that there are 22 people that give a shit about what I have to say. But, that's a big old hairy but, I still walk away from these streams every morning wondering, am I just making a fool of myself? And when are they going to realize that I'm doing this strictly so I can talk to myself? Strictly so that I can look at the camera and I can get all of the thoughts that are in my head out. When are people going to call me out and say, contrary to all of the physical evidence, you're not that great? Imposter syndrome affects me as a transformational life coach, as a person, and also as a game master. I have run many Dungeons & Dragons games, and I have been told that I am an amazing DM. I have run Legend of Zelda homebrews, I have run Fallout, the RPG, I have run Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, I have run Diablo D&D, like a D&D, where THAC0 is a thing. If you're old enough to know THAC0, shout out to you, my friends. But I always have, for the existence of the game, I will always have the thought and feeling, are they really having fun? Or are they just my friends? Are they really enjoying themselves, or are they actually bored out of their tree but they're not willing to tell me? Am I actually doing okay, but people are afraid of hurting my feelings? Imposter syndrome can be debilitating for some people. The fact that you are able to feel imposter syndrome also makes you humble, because you are always going to be thinking, am I good enough? Because, and this is where the segue is going to come in, you cannot have a good without a bad. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So in order to have an imposter syndrome, you need to have the opposite. Dunning-Kruger effect. So I am ranting about this because this is actually a topic that I have been researching, and I have proof that tabletop therapy, tabletop roleplay, tabletop transformational life coaching, whatever you want to call it, can be both therapeutic, awareness building, as well as correction for these syndromes. Syndromes are not considered a mental illness because they are not debilitating to the point where you can no longer work. Syndromes and effects are splash damage that can be fixed with general life skills, according to the DCM. What is that? It doesn't matter. It's me throwing out acronyms because I'm a word nerd. Imposter syndrome is felt by people who are on the most famous of stage. Michelle Obama, Todd Kendrick, Chris Perkins. These people have all expressed imposter syndrome. Either they have felt it, they do feel it. But it's a thing. The only person who does not experience imposter syndrome is the imposter themselves. So, as a game master, how does imposter syndrome affect you? Because you're always going to be wondering, are my friends having fun? Are my friends enjoying themselves? Or are they bored as fuck and they just don't want to say anything because I'm their friend? You are always going to have that feeling, and if you allow yourself to fall down that spiral, you're going to find yourself bending the rules and allowing people to get away with things that maybe they shouldn't be allowed, that are game breaking, and show that, that your fear of allowing them to have fun is actually showing more than controlling the situation. Dunning-Kruger effect is the opposite of imposter syndrome. If imposter syndrome is not knowing or is feeling that you're not good enough, Dunning-Kruger effect is the feeling that you are better than. The dictionary definition is the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where people with low ability, expertise, or experience regarding a certain type of task or area of knowledge overestimate their ability or knowledge. This is usually shown by people that say, when you say something like, hey, I just found out that X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I know. If you knew, why didn't you say anything? Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Or they will definitely be the ones that cut you off because they assume they know what you're about to say. They'll finish your sentence. They will cut you off and say, well, if I were you, I would do X, Y, and Z, even though they don't know the context of the sentence you're talking about. This is very prevalent when you are in a tabletop role play, when they will go ahead, they will already decide what they're going to do, they will decide the outcome, and they will say, this is what I'm going to do. The dungeon master, the game master says, no, you can't. And then they get offended because they're being told that they can't do something, and they take that as them being told that they're wrong. Dunning-Kruger effect can actually be a sign of childhood trauma. I am not going to get into trauma therapy right now because it is way too early for that. What I'm saying is it can be a form of trauma response because they have built a wall and they refuse to accept a conversation that maybe they don't know anything about. They are the ones that listen to hear. No, they are the ones that listen to respond. Imposter syndrome are the ones who listen to hear. Those two main categories are split, and yes, I have done research on this. This is actually my thesis to get funding from CMHA, because imposter syndrome and Dunning-Kruger effect are very prevalent in trauma. They are very prevalent in trauma response, and I have witnessed tabletop transformational life coaching bring these to awareness and be able to maybe not get rid of it totally from the person, but once you are aware of how you're acting, once you are aware of your response, you can change it. And so Dunning-Kruger is one of the hardest things to bring awareness to, because a lot of times it is misdiagnosed. A lot of times Dunning-Kruger effect is actually diagnosed as autism. Here's some hot takes. Being diagnosed with autism spectrum or dyslexia or bipolar does not give you carte blanche ability to be an asshole. It does not become an excuse, and it is not an excuse. Hot take. If your kid is being a dick, and you say, oh, it's because he's on the spectrum, fuck you. That's not how that works. Autism is not an excuse for being an asshole. If you are a dick and someone calls you out and you say, you're right, I apologize, I live with, you accept your role in the conflict, you accept your accountability, you explain to the other person, and then you can not necessarily correct, but you can then continue the conversation. The other side of that coin is, if you have been offended, the other person apologizes and they say, I live with. You are then required to see their model of the world, accept their model of the world, and learn how to respond to their model of the world. Communication, while it is a two-way street, you need to stay in your lane. And I can't express this enough. So how do these two, how does imposter syndrome and Dunning-Kruger affect tabletop roleplay? The imposter syndrome, when you're a GM, the Dunning-Kruger is going to walk all over you. The Dunning-Kruger is going, as a DM or a GM, is going to rule the table, and they are not going to let the players maybe do what they want to do because they know more about the game than maybe the player does. Dunning-Kruger is difficult to handle, and when you bring awareness to the effect, it has on people around you, that is the first step to understanding how to move past it. So a good example of Dunning-Kruger is a rules lawyer. They know the rules as written, and regardless, they will not listen to rules as intended. They will not bend the rules. They have already decided that they know more, and they are going to play that way. I run a specific imposter syndrome Dunning-Kruger scenario where the imposter needs to be the center of attention and needs to hold himself with confidence. The Dunning-Kruger needs to bend their model of the world, and they need to listen to hear opposed to listen to respond, because there is linguistics that is used that the imposter's going to pick up on. Dunning-Kruger won't. And this has caused conflict at the table, which is why you definitely need a safe space. Dunning-Kruger is very difficult to accept as somebody with Dunning-Kruger. If you suddenly realize, oh fuck, that's me, you instantly say, no, that's not me. Well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I know more about my mental health, and yes, you do. Only you are experienced in your experience. You are the professional of you. What I am simply saying is, if you bring awareness to yourself, you are then able to bring it to light, and you are able to manifest it in different ways. Yes, you are an expert in things, but maybe you're not an expert in everything. So what happens when you have a Dunning-Kruger and an imposter on each side of the DM screen? You have an imposter on a DM, and you have a Dunning-Kruger as a player. The Dunning-Kruger is going to say, this is what I am going to do, and this is how it's going to work, and this is how the story is going to go. The imposter says, oh, well, maybe they do know more about me or more about the game than I do, even though that's not the way it's intended. And so the imposter will allow the Dunning-Kruger to walk all over them. The Dunning-Kruger on the Game Master side will not allow the players to use the rule of cool. Dunning-Kruger will not allow things to go in a spontaneous direction, because they know how the players are going to react. I'm going to put this at them, they're going to do this, this is how it's going to end up, and this is the way it's going to go. And if it doesn't go that way, they get uncomfortable because they're being told that they're wrong. The other conflict causing issue with tabletop roleplay is that dungeon masters actually make very shitty characters. They make very shitty players. Dungeon masters are usually successful because they can handle situations, they can handle the conflict in a constant way, and being a GM or being a dungeon master is great leadership skills. I run scenarios where A player becomes a dungeon master strictly because of the leadership role, of the conflict management role, of the communication role, of the sensory acuity role. A good dungeon master is good at all of those things. A good dungeon master also knows when to be a player. Dungeon masters, 9 times out of 10, are permanent dungeon masters because they make shitty players. People don't want them at their table. People don't want full-time dungeon masters at their table because they are constantly being overwritten. As a DM, I have had this. I have had the dungeon masters as players at my table, and I have been told that's not how that spell works. Okay? That's great. I don't care. This is my game, and I'm going for the rule of cool because I know when this fails, this is going to make for an amazing outcome. Or, if this succeeds, this is going to make for an even better outcome. Because I already have things planned. People who are used to being in control have issues not being in control. As a player, you are actually in control of the game, but sometimes you don't feel like it because you are bound by certain situations. As a player, you are not in control of the dungeon master. As a player, you are just that. You are a player. You are there to have fun. You're not in the role of leadership. You're not in the role of conflict management. You're not in the role of, this is my game and this is how I want to run it. You're a player. If you're a DM, you are in control of how the scenario flows. You are the leader. And so, I want to bring attention to my role-playing friends out there. I want to call you out, tabletop role players. My friends, I'm calling you out. Are you a constant DM because you're a shitty player? Are you a constant player because you're a shitty DM? And why do you feel that way? Why do you think you are a constant dungeon master? Why do you think you are a constant player? If you are actively avoiding the game master role, amazing. Okay, that's fine. If you are actively avoiding the player role, okay, that's fine. If you don't know what role you are, because you have legitimately never played a tabletop role-playing game, let's go. February 26th, I am going to be running a one-shot of leadership. February 26th, write that down. I am going to be running a 4-hour game of leadership. We are going to be using your authentic self. We are going to be using not a character that you're building from 5e, not a Fallout character. We are going to be building a leadership character made from your authentic self with your stats based on what you personally believe are your authentic stats. And we're going to go through a leadership scenario with Froggy Yaga. Oh yeah, I went there. With Froggy Yaga. And we are going to look at communication. Do you listen to reply, or do you listen to hear? How do you accept communication, and how do you deliver communication? How do you handle conflict management? Are you a leader? Are you a manager? Those are two different things. February 26th, there are 6 seats available. It will be virtual. It will be online. So you do need a camera. You do need a microphone. If you want to be, if you want to do it through your phone, or if you want to do it through your laptop, whatever, that's fine. You do need a camera and you do need a microphone. February 26th. I haven't decided on a start time yet because I want to see where time zones are coming in. 6 spots available. We're going to be doing a tabletop roleplay of leadership. And we're going to see, you will be able to see how I use tabletop roleplay in transformational life coaching. So that's pretty fun. If you want to register for it, let's go to my website, or you can email me directly, you can message me directly. If you know me, you can call me. All my contact information is on my website, The Was Live with Advantage. Register. There's only 6 spots available. And, let's have some fun. Let's play some tabletop transformational life coaching. With that being said, now that I've segued into my website, if you want to learn more about what I do as a transformational life coach, connect with me. Book a discovery session. We can see how I can help you transform. How can I help you become your authentic self? If you like what you hear on this stream and you want to support the stream, smash that follow button. Even if you're watching the VOD, you can still hit that follow button because it still tells me that you are interested in the stream. Even if you financially cannot afford a subscription, tell your friends. Because the more viewers I have, the more followers I have, tells Twitch that I'm doing the thing. It tells Twitch that, hey, you know what, this person is getting some traction. That's amazing. Computer algorithms, that's a whole different rant. So if you like what you hear, hit the follow button. Tell your friends to hit the follow button. If you want to support the stream financially, you can hit the subscribe. If you have an Amazon account, you get 1 free Twitch subscription a month. Throw it my way, if you feel so inclined. If you want to become a patron, there's 3 different levels of patron, where you can see the return on your investment. When I say meaningful, rapid results, I mean meaningful, rapid results. And if you wonder what kind of results those are, and maybe you don't know if you want to go all in, join the Patreon. You can see exclusive content. You get access to cool stuff. There's 3 different levels. And if you know the change that you want to make in your life, you want to do it now, and you want to get it done, connect with me, because we can make those changes happen. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning, as always. And let's get some meditation happening here. Let's get some, now that we've motivated, now that we've brought attention, we've brought awareness, we've released denial, let's get ourselves relaxed and protected with some meditation and some shielding for the day, so you can face this Thursday with power, with confidence. So I invite you now to take that last drink of milk tea juice. You can take that bite of cereal, take that bite of toast, whatever you happen to be eating. Find somewhere comfortable. find somewhere that you can not be bothered and you can just sit comfortably for about the next 15 minutes or so. There we go. I invite you now to close your eyes. Just allow your unconscious to take you to your place of Zen. Allow the music to take you to that place that's calming. Just gently bring awareness to your breath. Inhale through your nose, into your belly, and then fill your chest. And just hold for a moment, and then release, starting with your chest, and then the belly. In through your nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the peak of this next inhale, just pause for a moment again and allow yourself to feel the relaxation and the calm that this moment of Zen has brought you. If you find your thoughts wandering, that's okay. Gently bring them back to this morning meditation, acknowledging them, showing them gratitude. Be kind to yourself and let go of any judgment. Know that no matter how you do this meditation, it's right for you. For the next few breaths, bring your awareness to the rise and fall of your chest, pausing at the end of each inhale and exhale just to touch the silence. Allow yourself to take a deep yawn. You can do a fake yawn until one comes in, but I am sure there's a natural yawn making its way up. And then just let your breathing return to a normal pace and notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Relax the muscles at the top, the sides and back of your head. Move your head and move your forehead and soften it. Soften the eyebrows, the eyes, your ears, your cheeks. Let your jaw relax, your tongue, your lips. Bring your attention to your throat. Allow the muscles surrounding it to relax. Soften the back of your neck. Move your attention to your shoulders. Do the same. Now focus on your upper arms, your forearms and hands, relaxing each as you go. Relax each finger, the thumb, your index finger, the middle finger, your ring finger and pinky. Relax the palms of your hands. Bring awareness to your chest. Soften the muscles that make up the chest wall. Relax your belly, your lower abdomen. Move to the top of your back. Relax the muscles around your shoulder blades, the middle part of your back, the lower part, all the way down to the buttocks. Relax your right thigh, the muscles around your knee, the front of your leg, your calf muscle, your right ankle, your right foot, and toes. Now relax your left thigh, the muscles around your left knee, the front of your left leg, your calf, your ankle, your left foot and toes. Bring your attention to your whole body. Notice any sensations you feel. Bring your gentle attention to any area that you would like to relax further. Scan your entire body as you breathe and let your whole being settle into this morning practice. Mentally picture the morning sun rising, feeling its warm rays of light infusing you with beautiful yellow energy. Allow the ribbons of light to surround your body, relaxing it. Observe your breath, your calm breathing. If you find that your thoughts are taking you somewhere else, gently come back to the breath, acknowledging them, showing them gratitude. Feel the rise with each inhale. Notice the parts that move with your chest. Notice your chest and abdomen as you exhale. Feel the parts of your body that move. With each breath, feel the morning energy gently waking your entire body. Notice any sensations you might feel. Breathe in, sending oxygen to your head and face. Exhale. Breathe and send life-giving air to your neck, shoulders, and chest muscles. Allow them to take in the air and get ready for the day. Breathe and send oxygen to your entire back. Allow those muscles to awaken. Breathe. Send the oxygen to your abdomen and thighs. Breathe. Send energy from your breath to the legs to power you through the day. Breathe. Allow the sun's rays to infuse you with the energy you need to begin your day. Now, allow the energy from the air you breathe and the warm rays to begin to power you up for the whole day. Breathe into your heart. Send golden energy to your heart center in gratitude for the beginning of this new day. Bring your awareness to your breath and just remain focused on the breath for the next few moments. Thoughts are okay. When you realize your thoughts have taken you somewhere else, gently come back to your breath. Showing your thoughts gratitude and acknowledging them. Just allow yourself this moment of relaxation in your place of Zen. Allow yourself to see the world the music creates in your mind. Notice the peace and calm throughout your body. Mentally say to yourself, I control how energy and information flow. Repeat this mentally with confidence and conviction. Imagine purple and violet light of divine wisdom and discernment coming down from the top of your head into your heart and into the rest of your body. Have that violet light come out from your chest, wrapping around you, and go back into you through your spine. The second layer of this shield is the golden light of divine, unconditional love coming down from your highest source of self-wisdom. Have the light spill from your head like a waterfall, wrap around the first shield, and move down to the bottom of your feet. The final layer of your shield is bright, clear light of divine, absolute power, coming down from your source, surrounding your entire body, creating a bubble. The bubble extends beyond your outreached hands and below your feet and above your head. I invite you now to develop awareness of this shield. Feel the warmth and comfort at the divine, absolute power, the unconditional love and wisdom surrounding you. Show gratitude to everything and the intention, I control how energy and information flow. Allow yourself to gently start to bring your awareness to the other energies in the room. Begin to gently become aware of the sounds of the room, the building, outside. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me this morning for meditation and learning some awareness. And thank you for letting me talk about my anxiety this morning and letting me get my fears and be transparent. Thank you for holding space for me, and thank you for holding space for everybody else. As always, I will let the music run for a few minutes just so you can use this time as your own personal reflection or bring awareness, or just use this as an excuse to not have anybody bother you for a few minutes.